Hello everyone, so I'm going to try to go over some of the aggregate expenditure equations that we should probably know for class. What I did is I looked over our aggregate expenditure worksheet and pulled out the 4 equations that I thought were most important in order to understand the aggregate expenditure model. So first off, we have the consumption function. All this illustrates is how much that we as consumers tend to spend or consume. So first we model this by looking at our autonomous spending, or the spending that we need to survive, and then we add in our marginal propensity to consume, and we multiply that by our disposable income. So once we have that, then we look at the planned aggregate spending, which isn't too different from this consumption function. The only major difference is that instead of just looking at our autonomous spending, we're now also looking at our inventory, or investment spending, And then from there we also add the MPC multiplied by our disposable income. Next we have the unplanned inventory investment. This is going to give us an idea if firms are underproducing or overproducing a good in this economy. So we have our YD, which is our disposable income, but it can also be considered our real GDP. And from that, we subtract our planned aggregate spending. So if our planned aggregate spending is larger than our disposable income, our unplanned inventory investment is going to be negative, meaning that we are consuming more than we are producing. This causes inventory levels to drop, whereas if our planned aggregate spending is lower than our disposable income or our real GDP, our unplanned inventory investment will be positive, meaning all of these inventories are going to grow. They're going to stockpile. Finally, we have the income expenditure equilibrium. This is where we try to figure out, given our autonomous spending, our investment, and our marginal propensity to consume, we try to figure out where will our real GDP and our planned aggregate spending intersect, meaning that the unplanned inventory investment is going to be equal to 0. So what we do here is we're going to say the autonomous spending plus that inventory investment is going to be divided by 1 minus our marginal propensity to consume. So these are going to be the 4 basic equations that I'm going to be using as I go over the worksheet next.